Struggling against the floodwaters on a self-made raft, men head downstream to higher ground. They're carrying what they've been able to salvage. The once clear waters of the Swat River are now a filthy grey. Across the floodplain of the Swat Valley, people are searching for anything that they can reclaim. Bit by bit, they gather their precious finds, crossing the river at its lowest and safest points. Youngsters scamper along the newly formed banks of the river. The land that would have been in front of them has been washed away. Others cart possessions along the river's edge in wheelbarrows. In some parts, the floodwaters have receded. Battered buildings have re-emerged from the torrents that engulfed them here. The Swat rose over 30 feet in just minutes. We're seeing a lot of people along the river. It's still quite a torrent, though it has subsided a lot. Indeed, it was up to here, so that's at 30 feet above a normal riverbed level. Those guys are actually looking for wood, and that comes from the wood of houses further upstream that have been washed away. You see people all over. They look pretty much in shock, actually. They're sort of just staring into this river, which is nowhere near this side as normal. Infrastructure is going to be the big problem. You can see here, all along, this section of town has just disappeared. There were restaurants and hotels here. They've gone. Getting that infrastructure rebuilt is going to take, obviously, a long time. There's a lot of displaced people in this area, but culturally, and for a variety of reasons, they actually stay in family and friends' houses rather than displacement camps. There's no displacement camps in this section of the valley. International aid, infrastructure rebuilding, it all has to happen, but it's going to take a very long time, not least because so much of the infrastructure has been washed away. So many roads and bridges have been simply destroyed. A lone truck is being used to dump mud from flooded houses and businesses back into the river. It's watched on by men who just a week ago would have been underwater. Now they come to the river's edge to just stare and think about what's happened to this famous tourist destination and their livelihoods.
The
weather is unusual. Over the years, have you noticed the change in the weather? The monsoon rains have been life-changing and deadly, but the season isn't over yet. A repeat of the heavy rains in these mountains could bring even more tragedy to Pakistan. Stuart Ramsay, Sky News, in the Swat Valley.